Cheers. Oh God, that's so good. Hello there, my name is Mackenzie. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for being here. Today we are going to do a bookish Never Have I Ever. Oh, hello, I'm talking, that's rude. I have done one of these in the past. I will link that up above in the cards, and I thought it would be fun to do another one because that video was from my very beginnings of BookTube. So I hadn't done a lot of things like read an audiobook before, and I feel like a lot of my answers to these have changed. So I thought it would be... Yes? Okay. Well, come on in then. We're just hanging out. Come on in. This is my cat Wellington. She's in a few of my videos. Here she is in her cute little face. Mwah. And she's in a mood right now. She's always in a mood now. She's 10 years old this year. And she's doing great, but she's moody these days, so stop on the tripod, stop it. Not on the tripod. So if you jerk suddenly, it's because of her, and if you hear her, that's why. So I have my questions, I have my alcohol, I am drinking Moscato wine, it's delicious, and I also have a snack. Because I don't drink very often, but I absolutely know that I do get the drunk munchies, the drunchies. Garlic Parmesan flat pretzels with roasted red pepper hummus. Delicious. You can't have any. It's not kiddie friendly. First, never have I ever dropped a book on my face while reading. Absolutely I have. Let's drink. I feel like I don't do that as frequently now because I lay in a position where I'm not holding the book above my face, but I absolutely fall asleep reading all the time. Hid a book you were reading. Don't eat my pretzels. Hid a book I was reading. I don't think so. But I also don't no, get away from my pretzels. You will not be allowed in here if you're going to eat my pretzels. I also feel like I don't take, my more naughty books out and about with me. I tend to read those at home. Number 3, lied about what you were reading. This, yes, absolutely. Like when we're buddy reading and my coworker asks me if I read or I'm starting that book, I'm like, oh yeah, totally, I've started that book, and I'll absolutely just be picking it up that night for the first time. Absolutely. Let's drink. Number 4, read 50 Shades of Grey more than once. I did not. I read it once. And I think it was only because my mom told me I wasn't allowed to read it. And so as a teenager, all you do is what your parents tell you not to do. So she was a fool for thinking I would listen. Number 5, DNF a book. I have absolutely, and I had my first DNF of this year. It was one of the Elle Hazelwoods. I want to say it was like One Last Night or something like that. I might also be getting it confused with One Last Stop. But I absolutely DNF'd that Elle Hazelwood, and now I'm just so nervous. And then I saw Kat at Paperback Dreams. She wrote a review of her second full-length novel, and I was like, oh God, no. It's just worse. Number 6, dreamed of a book boyfriend. I am never so lucky. I have nightmares for days, and recently I've started having what I have dubbed my adult nightmares, where I had a dream that my coworker, a different coworker than the one that I buddy read with, I had a dream that he did something at work that was going to make it harder for me to figure out records and bookkeeping, but I had a nightmare about it, and I woke up that morning like, oh my God, is that what happened? And I was like, no, that was a dream. But it's so uninteresting, and like I don't dream of anything nice or happy like that. Number 7, complained about a book turned movie every single time. Every single time. I don't think there's a single book that I am absolutely happy to hear that it's getting an adaptation. I'm always nervous and I always complain. Oh, you might also be wondering what kind of glass I'm drinking out of. It's a very strange glass. Maybe it's not to people who drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. This was a tiramisu glass. It had a dessert in it. And I washed it and I cleaned it out, obviously. Otherwise, it would look gross. But my boy cat, I had one wine glass. 1 or 2. And my boy cat jumped up on the counter and knocked them over. And now I have no wine glasses. So tiramisu cup it is. Number 8, said the book was better. Every time. Even if I like the movie, I always think the book is better. Number 9, went over your book budget. Every time. Every time. Claimed a book boyfriend. What does this mean? Claimed a book boyfriend. Like, I'm not allowing other people to have this person as a book boyfriend? Or I'm just saying, like, he's my boyfriend. I have literally had half a cup of wine. I am tipsy. And now I'm hungry. 11, cried while reading. Nearly every time. Even when I think I'm not going to cry, I do. Always I do. Made someone read your favorite book. Well, I did make my husband read Dune with me. And that is like the book that I attribute my love of sci-fi to. So, I have. And I just finished it off for the next question as well, which is followed your favorite author online. Now, I highly recommend that if you are wanting to stay on top of release dates and new things about your offer, new stories about your author, new projects they're working on, new things that they're developing. If you ever want to know, you should absolutely follow them on social media, because that is the only place that I find out when Silvia Moreno Garcia's backlist are being republished, because a lot of her work was published and it ran in print for a year and then it's out of print. So her new stuff like Signal to Noise, which is coming out, it's a re-release. So I wouldn't have known that it's coming back if I didn't follow her online. Let me go get more of this. Actually, I'm just going to bring the bottle. Hang on. If it wasn't for the label, I would absolutely be drinking just straight out of the bottle. I just want you to know like what kind of person I am. Jessie from Bow Ties and Books referred to themselves as a messy goblin. And, oh my God, I relate. That was so accurate. I loved that. Fangirled over an author. I mean, I do fangirl, but like in the privacy of my own home. Yeah? Oh, also, when I went to go get Soulstream, I did kind of fangirl because she's like younger than me. And, you know, her art was so cool and I loved it. It was great. I had a good time. So I did totally fangirl in that moment. I think that's the only moment that I've done it in public though. Waited up for a book to hit your Kindle. Now I don't do Kindle. Mainly because it's really hard for me to read ebooks. I don't know why. I can spend like all day on my phone watching videos, but for some reason reading on my phone is really difficult. So I've never been like enticed to join the KU girlies. Pulled out your book at a party. Girl, I pull my books out everywhere. Gone to a book signing. We already saw that I did. I want to say that was my first book signing. I haven't been to another one since. COVID really messed that up for me. Joined a book club and laughed at a book? Absolutely. Absolutely. Joined a book club. I mean, the ones we do online, I'm going to count. I've joined more book clubs than I've actually, like, followed through with. Like, I did the one with Nicole, Elias, and Joel, and I just really didn't like the discussions they were having. And then I tried the Busy Bee book club, and I didn't like the books she was reading. And then I gave up on them for a while until I was like, you know what? I want to get on my horror game. And so then all of a sudden, now I'm joining the Literally Dead book club, and it's amazing, and I'm loving everything we're reading. I'm super nervous about Riley Sager's book and the Finlay Donovan book we're going to read later. I haven't read any Finlay Donovan, so I'm going to have to at least try out the first book first. And if I like it, I'll continue, and if I don't, I guess I'll just skip that month. You know, I've never received an ARC. That's one of the next questions. I've never received an ARC. But Jess Owens did a video about why we don't receive ARCs, and, like, she was not wrong. That was hysterical. Read a taboo trope. Oh my gosh. At the beginning of my booktube career, I read Inamorata, and that is totally, like, secret incest. Like, twincest. Like, it was so irritating. I hated that. Especially because it's not like they told you right off the bat, you know? Then I also read Call Me By Your Name this month, and I did not like that. I read part of Lolita. Missed a meal so you could read. Read in your car. Girl, yeah, all of it, always. What has been great is that I do listen to audiobooks, so it makes it easy to go about, like, the rest of my day while also reading. Which brings us to our next question, which is listen to an audiobook. And abso-fucking-lutely. I don't think that I read books now without at least having the audio. Like, even if I have the physical, I'll absolutely also be, like, co-reading it with the audiobook. Some things that I haven't done are messaged an author online. Took a selfie with an author, met a book model, traveled for a book event, or watched passion flicks. Ugh, but absolutely do I swoon over these characters. Do I wish I would live in a book? Yeah, sometimes. Other times I'm like, I don't need all that. I don't need all that fantasy and adventure. That seems dangerous. My world right now is dangerous, and I don't need more danger. I just need to escape my own world. So, sometimes I'm just happy to have it as it is. 3 drinks for 3 never have I evers. Smelled a new book, wanted to live in a library, and hated a character in a book. But, like, who hasn't done all those things? Threatened to go misery on an author. Now, here's the thing. I've read quite a few books now. And I have also been really disappointed by quite a few of them. But never once have I really thought, like, you know, I could kill this person for ruining my thing. I mean, absolutely, I would wish that I didn't spend so much time on it, but never to actually kill them. 3 more drinks for 3 more questions. Hugged or kissed a book? Absolutely both. Owned several copies of the same book? Yes. And cried because of a fictional character. Cheers. Dog-eared a page. Now, when I was a child, yes. But when I was a child, I also wasn't actually reading these books. So I just did whatever the fuck to my books. Written a fan fiction? No. Read a dirty fan fiction? A few of them. Read a book in one sitting or one day? Absolutely. I used to be able to do this more when I was in school as a child because, like, I had no adult responsibilities. But absolutely. Oh, I have to drink for that. This isn't a cracker game. Bought an entire trilogy or series in one buy. Absolutely. A lot of the series on my TBR right now, most of them I've gotten through. But how a lot of the series got on my TBR is because I would buy them all at once. Used something that is not a bookmark. I've used receipts, pencils, The sticky notes, the sticky tabs I use to tab my book. I've used other pieces of paper. I've used video notes. I've used all kinds of things. Bought a book because of the cover. Don't we all? Wait, I didn't drink for the last question. So for the last question and for this one, liked the adaptation more than the book. So, I know there is one book. I did a video on it. It was a book v movie, and there was one that I thought that the video adaptation was better than the book. I don't remember which one it was because I'm very drunk now. But I know it's there. Spilled a drink on my book. Yes. But cracked a spine? Never. Never on purpose. I am thoroughly drunk and also hot and hungry. So I'm going to go take care of all of those things. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed these questions. If you want to answer any of them in the description box down below, please do. I'd love to hear more of your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!